So you guys know that I just lowered my C8 Z06 and now I'm looking to get an exhaust and high flow cats for the car. And I was pretty much dead set on going with a poor man's exhaust on this car because you guys know, if you ever like had friends who've owned Lamborghinis, Ferraris, McLarens, whatever, there's what's called the Lamborghini tax, the Ferrari tax, etc., etc. And you're gonna pay significantly more for any upgrades just simply because those cars are not mass produced, which means the R&D that goes into building the parts costs significantly more because they're not going to sell as many. So if you have a Lamborghini Aventador, I mean, how many Lamborghini Aventadors were built between the time they started production until now? And then there's different variations of the Lamborghini Aventador, like the SV, the SVJ, and the S, and so on and so forth. Same thing goes with the Corvette. Even though the Corvettes are produced at a higher rate, there's still a Corvette tax that you have to pay. So in other words, if you want a good set of high flow cats, you're gonna probably pay anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000. If you want a nice titanium exhaust, you're gonna pay upwards of $6,000 plus. And I'm talking about a good one. And I'm gonna explain to you in this video what it means to get a good exhaust. So I was gonna build the poor man's exhaust. I was gonna get the cheaper high flow cats. I was gonna get the cheaper Chinese titanium exhaust. And then my friend sent me a picture that changed all of that. Because even though the things that we're gonna get were a lot cheaper, it's not easy to get those cats out of the car. It's not easy to pull that exhaust down. So before I start spending $4,000 to $5,000, how much more would it cost to get a even better kit? So let's discuss what happened to my friend. My friend does have a Lamborghini Aventador. I believe it's a 2020, maybe a 2022, somewhere in there. And he sent me a photo with his car with the bumper off. And I was just asking what he was doing, and he just mentioned that he had some issues. So he sent me a second picture with his hand inside of the exhaust. And I was like, oh crap, what happened? So he told me, I guess over time, if you guys don't know, the Lamborghini Aventador, that V12 creates so much heat to the point where the exhaust will start to glow. Take a look. So when you have an exhaust that can create that kind of heat that can make the exhaust glow, you obviously want something high quality. Now, Rift is what he used on his Aventador, and I'll explain more about the right exhaust to choose. So I am working with FabSpeed to get an exhaust. I've actually reached out to them and I just told them, hey, I would like to, kind of talk to them about their titanium. So if you go on their website, I'm going to show it to you guys here in a second. But if you go into their website, there's a lot of things that really stick out to me, not just for the exhaust, but for the high flow cats. And they actually put more guarantees out there for their system. So we'll hop online really quickly. I want to go over a few things here just so you guys have a better understanding why I'm doing this video. Because yes, titanium is expensive. Even if you're getting a cheaper kit, you're still going to be out anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000, and in some cases a little bit more than that for the, I call it the Chinese kits. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump online real quick so you guys can see the FabSpeed system. Now obviously this is probably the biggest benefit for me with the titanium exhaust. I like the fact that you can reduce the weight significantly. Now if you don't want any of the mufflers on this system, they do have a more affordable titanium option here. You guys see it's gonna pretty much remove the muffler, so it's gonna be louder all the time. You're gonna have to get the simulators, and if you just use your stock exhaust tips here, this is the price. It's just under $5,000. But if you do want this one, it's gonna be $61.95 if you don't get their exhaust tips, okay? Now down below, here's a few things that they discuss on their exhaust. The biggest thing I saw here is the no cheap Chinese pie cut system. Let me show you really quickly what they're talking about. So you guys see how this system was built here? It looks like this is probably one of the better ones I've seen But I don't want to show you guys obviously the maker of this. I'm not trying to put down the company, but in reality, you guys can just tell just overall the quality of this kit. And let me just compare it really quickly to the one that FabSpeed has. So just look at their system, look at their welds, look at how precision built this exhaust is compared to what I just showed you. Just one last picture here. Like, just look at how this is master crafted. All right, and then one more look at this one here. Nothing wrong with it, I mean, but you can tell that this looks like a lesser grade titanium. I mean, of course, with the colors on here, I mean, it's just to get you to buy their product because it's not a high grade titanium. This is made in China for sure. And again, you guys can see down here, all welded together like a lobster tail, pie cut multiple pieces of titanium or stainless steel is indicative of cheap sweatshop Chinese labor and allows the Alibaba 100% guaranteed to fail system. And that is the main reason why I chose to go in a different direction for my exhaust. So here's a good question for you guys. How do you know if a manufacturer or a company stands behind their product? It's a good question. You normally know by their guarantee. What is their guarantee for their product? When my friend sent me those pictures, he sent me back to the drawing board. So then I started doing some research because obviously him having a rift exhaust and he said that he has a lifetime warranty. I was like, what does that mean? So let's, real quickly, I'm going to show you the high flow cats from FabSpeed, and then I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show the names of these companies because these are some companies that I kind of expected to actually have warranty more than the term that they show. And I want to just be completely honest with you guys. I hope that this video pushes them to give a better guarantee for their product. Just saying. But let's check out these high flow cats first. Just like their exhaust, their high flow cats are not cheap, but you have to understand they have verified horsepower and torque gain. So they show you your increase for the horsepower and torque because obviously they're doing the dyno test, they're doing the R&D. Therefore, they're putting in the time and effort to make sure they're giving you a good product. But it doesn't just stop there. You guys see down below, they do save you 9 pounds, but they are using the German-made HJS trimetallic 200 cell catalytic converters. And this is a big deal. A lot of companies do mention this. Now for these high flow cats, they do use stainless steel because you're gonna get a lot more heat with these. So there you go. They're basically using the best material for the cats. But it doesn't just stop there. They do guarantee no check engine light. And I don't think any other manufacturer does that besides FabSpeed. But this is the main reason why I would recommend spending a little bit more money and getting the guarantee. So FabSpeed, just like Rift exhaust, they give you that guarantee for their stuff. Now, catalytic converters are a little bit different. So just read right here, catalytic converters are normal wear and tear items and have a limited useful life. I believe it's like 5 years that catalytic converters, especially at this caliper of car, are probably gonna last about 5 years or so. If you get more time out of them, then great. Of course, it depends on the mileage too, but they figure about 5 years what you get out of the catalytic converters. Now, it says here, HJS Germany warrants their catalytic converters for 2 years. FabSpeed Motorsports goes a little further to protect FabSpeed Motorsport equipped car enthusiasts for the original retail purchase only. So if you buy these used, you don't get this guarantee. So it says here, we will replace a verifiable failed current generation catalytic converter one time at no charge, as long as any serial number and other production markings are unaltered, readable, and there is no physical damage to the converter. So if you drop it or something like that, you're screwed. So I believe they'll only replace one set of catalytic converters under their warranty, but you can pause and read this if you like. I just wanted to show this to you. But as far as the exhaust goes, let's go ahead and check that out next. So if you go back here, their exhaust too has a lifetime warranty, okay? Lifetime warranty. And what I like about FabSpeed is they put all of this out in the open for you. A lot of these other companies, you have to search for their warranty. Like, you have to go on Google and search it because it's not really readily available for you on their website. So you have to go searching for it in order to see what they cover. And the same thing goes, you have a lifetime warranty for their titanium, which tells me they go the extra mile to make sure they give you a great product from the start. It's made here in America, so you're supporting an American branded company. And again, the warranty is what you're buying here. You're buying that guarantee that they're going to stand behind their product, and if it does fail, they got you covered. Now, as I said, I'm not trying to throw any shade at any company. Remember, this is on their website. I'm just reading from their website. So Aeroflow Dynamics is a company out there. I'm not sure where they're out of. I just remember seeing them pop up a few times on my queue when I was looking at exhausts. So for their warranty, they do cover defects of material and workmanship over a 30-day period from purchase. That's it. Okay. Now, if you go back, I just want to show you their system is really affordable. Now, if you go with a titanium, it does jump up the price from $22.99 up to $26.99. If you want the mufflers, right here, mufflers, it goes up to about $3,500. So if you want to go with just the, straight pipe exhaust, it's actually it's like half of what it is for Fab Speed. Now, up next this is Boost Logic. I don't even know what this means personally. I just kind of read through this. I don't see where they give you a lifetime warranty or even 30 days. It says nothing in this section will limit or exclude any warranty implied by law that it would be unlawful to limit or exclude. It's just a lot of jibber jabber about nothing. I don't see any time on the warranty or nothing. So again, when you go on their website, and feel free, if you find their stuff or if Boost Logic wants to reach out to me and send me something, I'll put in the comment section what they offer. But if you go on their website, there's no talk of any warranty, right? They do look to have, a decent kit, right? I mean, it's just a straight pipe exhaust from what I can see, but they don't have anything in regards to warranty. If you hit additional information, it just talks about the weight of the system, and their kit is not cheap. It's $4,500, and again, that's without muffler, so you're not going to be able to use your active exhaust for this kit, and that's what I really want. So when I leave my neighborhood, I can turn my exhaust down. I don't want it to be super loud leaving, so I still want that function for myself. Now, last but not least, this was the exhaust I was definitely going to get, Valvetronic. I will admit that they still have that Chinese look exhaust, but I've been told that they do have a good quality kit based off of some information I got from people who bought from them. Now, they do offer warranty. You guys can see if you scroll down, warranty coverage right here is for 1 year. So, okay. And that's for universal valve muffler kits plus special operations exhaust systems. And then 30 days valves on exhaust, electronic components, and then catalyst. So they do have a better warranty than the two I just listed. Now, I don't know what Boost Logic is because there's no mention of warranty. And when you go through their stuff, this doesn't tell you anything. I don't see where there's a term for warranty, like how long is it or anything. So again, when you're looking to spend nearly $4,000, just make sure you're getting some type of guarantee, because spending $2,500, $3,500 is still a lot of money. And if your product fails after 40 days, the company has written that their warranty is only for 30 days. So unless they're just going to goodwill you a new exhaust, which I highly doubt it, you're kind of up the creek. In a sense, you have to put your old exhaust on or have to find someone who can fix titanium. And I'm pretty sure when you try to fix titanium, it's going to lead to more issues. So again, not throwing shade at any company, just pointing out the obvious. And hopefully some of these companies see this video and they might want to extend that warranty for 6 months or maybe for 2 years or 3 years. I'm not even against you guys doing an extended warranty for the exhaust. That way, hey, if someone wants to do an additional year or a whole year, I'd spend $300 for that. That way I have just some type of guarantee, because again, with the type of heat that these cars produce, you want the best products for these types of cars.